Fashion is growing really fast. It's finding its own tone and communication through creators.
Let's dive deeper into content.
Just pick up your phone, say how you feel. Yeah, lives are one of the most exciting formats for us.
We already acknowledged that TikTok is quite different from other marketplaces.
But also partners like Zeos who can enable this full supply chain experience.
Discovery commerce is often associated with impulse-driven buying.
Definitely growing and growing fast.
Hi, I'm Elena, and this is Business Casual, your guide to dressing Europe. Here we unpack all things e-commerce, logistics, innovation, and Europe, tailored to fashion and lifestyle. In this episode, we dive into TikTok Shop and how brands can succeed on the sales channel in Europe. Today, I'm joined by Broghan Smith, Head of Beauty and Fashion New Business at TikTok Shop. Welcome, Broghan.
Thank you for having me.
Have a question for you. What was the last thing that you bought on TikTok?
My most recent purchase was actually a Zalando item, and we recently had a pair of Adidas track pants go viral in an exclusive Zalando colorway, and I had to pick them up.
From my side, I buy a lot of beauty items, like these creams, for example, and it's no surprise that beauty is one of the top performing categories on TikTok. But fashion is the fastest growing, is that correct?
Yes, look, I think beauty set a fantastic precedence on the platform as a real market leader and I guess, market of innovation. But fashion is growing really fast. It's finding its own tone and communication through creators and giving a platform for new brands and products to really come to life and ultimately find new users and potential customers. And that's really what discovery commerce is all about.
I like the word discovery commerce. It describes it very well. TikTok has really changed the way people shop for fashion, lifestyle, and beauty items due to its algorithm and the environment it created. It was able to turn attention into sales. So how does it work exactly?
Yeah, like primarily TikTok is a content first platform. So we really focus around entertainment. That's what enables this commerce opportunity primarily is the content that creators and brands can bring first and foremost to the front of the platform. And when we enable success there, it brings a fantastic opportunity to create a purchase. And we operate in what we call a closed loop environment. So the entire customer journey happens within the TikTok platform. So when you see that content on your For You page that resonates with you, you can purchase seamlessly in a couple of taps.
Let's dive deeper into content. What kind of content strategy should brands pursue on TikTok Shop?
The brands and retailers who are really having success are giving a perspective on our platform that's different to what they would experience in other places. That's really giving that behind the scenes look and feel of your products, how they bring them to market, and ultimately creators can then translate it in what it means for them in real life. And this is ultimately enabled by just quick lo-fi style content. Just pick up your phone, say how you feel about the product, and ultimately this enables a pretty unique window. It's raw, but it's really effective in driving a completely authentic experience on the platform.
As you said yourself, TikTok is quite different from other sales channels and other marketplaces that we have in Europe when it comes to this content-driven strategy. Do brands need to hire or upskill their workforce to be able to do that, or is it something they can do with TikTok?
It's a good question. I think, look, we are fortunate that we're a platform that has lots of users who come to it every day to experience this content in a fresh and exciting way. And I think that often means there's people already within your teams and companies that kind of are intimate with the platform and know how to bring it to life naturally. So I'd lean into that. And of course, as we've already mentioned, we have a great selection of creators on our platform who live and breathe TikTok every day, can translate your products effectively in our formats. And there's several different ones to bring to life across short videos, live streams, but also search-led opportunities, all in one platform, which is really exciting.
When it comes to brands who want to go live on TikTok Shop, can you share any useful tips and strategies?
Yeah, lives are one of the most exciting formats for us. They're growing really fast. We have around 6,000 live streams happening a day in the UK. And I think the first step is just going for it, taking that first step into the new format. It's an amazing way to interact with your customers in real time on a one-to-one basis. And I think the best kind of tips we see is, firstly, maybe explore what creators can do in the format for you. Creators are often the experts at going live in their own environment, so this is kind of the great starting position. But we also have a look at frequency and time. We'd say on average a great starting place is around 2 to 3 hours for a live stream, but we really want to see consistency. Go live for once a week for maybe a month as your starting point, and look at the times where potential customers are going to be on the platform, which for us is usually the evenings and weekends.
How should brands localize their operations for TikTok Shop?
I think the first thing to look at is the creators in each local market that can bring it to life for you, but also leaning into the, I guess, nuances of the supply chains in each local market, what partners can enable this fulfillment quickly and effectively. So these are all really important considerations.
What kind of assortment works really well on TikTok?
We always say a wider assortment is really effective because it gives creators an opportunity to bring things to life at scale. We like to give creators options in colors and styles.
Discovery commerce is quite different from regular marketplace. For brands, it means different kind of operations and being a bit more agile. When it comes to logistics and fulfillment, what should brands take into account to make sure that this model is profitable for them?
This is a completely unique way to sell. And I think with that, there is an element of speed that's really important, and customers can enable a purchase really seamlessly, a couple of taps. And they kind of expect that with fulfillment. So getting products to customers quickly and effectively is really important. And we have a fantastic network that help enable this, including our own Fulfilled by TikTok, but also partners like Zeos who can enable this full supply chain experience really naturally through the platform, which means that customers can get their products quicker and in turn make content about their purchases, which of course drives potential new customers down the line.
We already acknowledged that TikTok is quite different from other marketplaces, but how exactly? What about the return rates?
Yeah, we are content driven. So that in turn drives lower return rates because we see creators talk about fit, size, color, things that may be different from the PDP or the imagery. And that is having a pretty significant reduction in return rates for us just across the whole platform. And of course, that's a win-win for everyone.
Discovery commerce is often associated with impulse-driven buying, which could lead to small basket sizes. Is it really the case, or do you see the basket sizes growing?
Definitely growing and growing fast. And I think people are making some pretty considered purchases on our platform now. And that's really what the content enables, right? It gives you insights to product that you wouldn't get in other traditional forms of media and communication. And when it's coming from a creator that you really resonate with, that's a really powerful proposition. And I think, look, in turn, this creates really exciting opportunities to drive higher price points and basket values. Also, full price is something that we're really focusing on. And we've got everything now from secondhand luxury on the platform to electronics to fashion and beauty, of course. And this is proving that it's a proposition that can work for every product type, brand and retailer out there, as long as that content is at the kind of forefront of what they're doing.
Thanks for unpacking this topic with me today, Broghan.
Thanks for having me.
And that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in to Business Casual, keep dressing Europe, and we'll see you soon.